Do it, Torinski, don't you dare do it. Which is that? Keep the hat on or win with the hat? Is this going to become our duel of fates here? Don't berserk on our way up. Thank you. That's perfect. Keep the hat. Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. Some things are just out of my control. And one is to very stupidly wear this hat, which, you know, I joke around that it's just me being stubborn and wanting to see what happens. At the end of the day, a big chunk of it is also that I do need the willpower, and it happens to be a very handy source of willpower that doesn't take up a slot that we're otherwise using already. So, I don't know, it all kind of comes out in the wash, and it all works out as well. There we go. Call some friends in as that fight starts to get a little bit untenable, but nothing we can't handle here so far, and we can just jump right back into it. Beautiful. Still slightly concerned once we start seeing like orbs of fire. I feel like we've gone way too lucky as of late in terms of orbs of fire counts overall, so any day now we're just gonna get absolutely overrun, just swamped with those sons of guns. But I'm hoping that maybe not yet. Let's push that off for another run or two, DCSS, if that's cool with you and all your RNG wisdom. We'll come back to that at a later date. Wouldn't that be nice as well? You know, while I'm asking for favors, just consistently and constantly. What else can I kind of tack on here? Whoa. Where did you come from? I am very confused. Huge. Oh, Zot trap. Cool. That is fine and fair. And oh my gosh, boy howdy does that send me flying. That is quite the push those wins have going for us there. You also felt confident with 7 blink scrolls in Zot, but Berserking Tentacled Monstrosity disagreed. Therein does lie the rub. Very quickly, the constriction can become a factor, eh? Unfortunately, I too know this pain, as much as I wish it were not so. But not this time. This time we'll just get lucky. Again, better to be lucky than good, and so therefore, as a direct one-to-one correlation, we'll never be constricted and fail a blink. Perfect. It's that easy. Don't see why everyone just doesn't do that. It's that straightforward. Just don't do it, Forehead. But oh my gosh, so many Moths of Wrath, and there we go. So this is the situation. This is the fear. Quicksilver is definitely on the list of enemies you do not want to go berserk. So I will take a little bit of additional precaution there just to make sure that that does not become an issue, and that is fantastic. And the rest of you kiddos should be no real issue at the end of the day. If you never not have it, you just probably have it. Exactly. Chances are that if you never not have it, you're gonna have it. It's just, sorry to say, them's are the facts. 60% of the time, I have it, or never not have it every time. That sentence was not at all funkier than I expected, and totally hit, I'm sure. Woohoo. But cool, that should be just about the rest of Zot 2 here. Again, fairly smooth sailing so far, which just has me waiting for the other shoe to drop. I mean, there was definitely potential for this to go a heck of a lot worse, you know, in that just large number of Moths of Wrath. Any combination of friends, like this one showing up even just moments earlier, could have been terrible, but instead, it's just not, because we're just stupidly lucky today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the game is trying to make up for giving our Imagine Bow Genie nothing but utility spells, in which case I appreciate the effort, and I'm thinking about forgiving you, DCSS. Because that, too, of course, was purely the game's fault, not at all error between mouse and keyboard here. It couldn't possibly be me. I am not out of touch. It is the kids who are wrong, or in this case, DCSS. Okie dokie, let's run upstairs, heal up, reset, get another scroll of blinking, because that's just the name of the game here today. And oh, there we go, a shaft. So this could ruin everything. I could see that. This could very, very quickly ruin everything. I mean, one small bonus is that we did get shafted into a nice corridor here, which mitigates a lot of the noise from Qazlal. Kind of. No, never mind. I'm still making constant noise. I just don't get any clouds for it. Because I'm seeing our noise meter still just off the charts here consistently. So ignore me. Never mind. I am too lucky to die, but not too lucky to sound like an idiot. No way, no how. Okay. I should start walking towards the stairs. And a little bit of upsy daisies, fantastic. And let's finish off this floor before we continue that general trend, shall we? Fantastic. Not a whole lot left to do, especially considering once again that we've probably already attracted the majority of people here. And I know what you're saying, Torinski, you've been talking about the noise so much throughout this entire run, we get it, but not this time. This time I'm just talking about our devilish sense of style and an incredible wit that just keeps the monsters coming. I don't know what to tell you. Some Minotaurs are just blessed, I guess, at the end of the day. And boy howdy, is this Minotaur not one of the best that ever done did do it, you know what I mean? I'd be surprised if anyone knew what I meant, but we're just gonna nod our head and laugh along with it to be part of the joke, right? That's a skill that, that's a feature, a trait that I've had since I was a young kid, where I do have an annoying tendency to just want to be part of stuff, and usually that's not too bad, and especially in my my adulthood I've gotten a lot better about definitely not agreeing with stuff that I think is out of pocket and should not be joked about and things like that. But the one place that it really helps is if you have just the slightest knowledge of another language, because you can get away with a lot by just knowing when to laugh. People think that you understand everything they say if you just laugh at the right time. So I definitely got away with people thinking I was way better at speaking Spanish than I was in high school. Okie dokie, well, we're here on Zot 5 already. Holy moly. Very interesting layout as well. Also gonna take a bit of a preview peek. Oof. I hate this. Both sides are not looking nice. This one's a bit more realistic, but it does involve triggering rather an alarm trap. So that will be interesting if and when we do get to that eventuality. How am I doing for positioning here? I'm starting to try and pay just slightly more attention, just to ensure that we, with our large number of blinks, won't find ourselves in a situation that we cannot escape from if need be. Because so far, we're doing alright in that regard. Definitely kill the cob there just so that the slow doesn't hit. And otherwise, we should... Ooh. I was hoping that we could kill this Dragon Knight. There we go, before they dealt too much more damage. Bit more of an endeavor, a bit more of an effort than I was originally expecting, but we did indeed get there eventually, so that's beautiful. And let us... No, in my brain, I said, hey, let's just sneak out of here. No way that dragon notices me. Kind of forgetting that we have the raging storm constantly eliciting noise around us at every, passing moment. The deafening thunderclaps and whatnot, but that is fine. And just the lungs to go, huh, folks? Welp. Let's see how it goes down. I almost want to show up in the middle of one of these lungs and just spam disaster area. Is that crazy? I mean, you don't have to answer that because the answer is almost as assuredly yes. But essentially the thinking is, this side, alarm traps are going to be hit no matter what. Alarm traps sure have the same fundamental, trait that they'll bring all the enemies to us. So that's in some ways equivalent. The issue therein, though, is that it does this like drip feed mechanic where if we blast and kill everything around us, more enemies are still coming around that corner every moment. Versus if I just get teleported directly into right here. So anyway, I just started blasting, Well, I'm gonna be needlessly cocky. How many turns was that? I can probably wait 2 more. And then let's haste. Yikes. Well, we might lose this haste before we actually get where we want to go, but there we go. Sure, no drawbacks to that strategy. How could it possibly go wrong, right? Okay, we did get into this side, interestingly enough. Immediately dispersal traps, multiple orbs of fire. That is cool. I mean, we kind of called that one. Called our shot, as it were. I'm going to step down. I want to swap over to silver javelins. And... I mean, am I focusing down these orbs of fire maybe a bit too much? Potentially to my own detriment? Maybe. I would not say this is an impossible statement. There we go. We at least clear one of them, and then we disaster area once more. And with that fire vulnerability, we're still at a good spot, all things considered. Very carefully placing our javelin tosses. Oh, berserk. Well, this is going to be interesting, folks. If I can just kill off the majority of you before Berserk wears off. Definitely need to kill that knight. They've been a problem this entire time. Maybe I should stop attacking things, because then my Berserk will wear out. Oh, I can't even drink like a cancellation. Oh, I should have seen this one coming. And unfortunately... Oh, never mind. Scratch anything I was about to say. So we're fast as well, at least. Do have that vortex coming in, which I hate to see. I'm going to start with the heal. Hopefully it does an okay amount of work. And then, ooh, that confusion is still a problem, so I guess I have to cure and hope I don't take too much damage. Where's that damnation coming from? Cool. So what I'm thinking here, 24 health, just blink onto a teleport. Yes, sir. Okay, that's not better. Hold up, I've more where that came from. Give me a moment. Oh, I should not be getting away with this. This is just silly at the end of the day. But perfect, just as we drew it up. Never a doubt in my mind, of course. No issues whatsoever. Oh, man. I'm gonna get friggin' berserked again by this buddy. Okay, good, I do not. That's at least something. And I will just continually chain blink scrolls to make up for my own inadequacies in life. Yeah, I can't keep doing this too often. Obviously, I am gonna slowly run out here. But at this point, actually, Colgate, now that you mention it, I very much should have just used this many blink scrolls to go directly to the orb and then get out. That's like the smart move, but where's the fun in that? Instead, we're just continually bashing our face into this brick wall until something gives. Sometimes lose our temper in combat, and otherwise we just have increases to our stats. I probably will still. I mean, we have a lot of mutation potions. Again, it's a run of just having way more resources than I could possibly have any need for. Right. Torment still sucks, but you don't do any damage on your own, hey my friend? Interesting. Well, I'll haste just because I have tons of haste. Completely unnecessary, but... Okie dokie. We at least did hit the alarm track, or trap rather, so now our left side is actually the slightly clearer one. Though it didn't quite have the clearing potential of our initial pass on the right lungs. Definitely, at least we got a lot of damage down before the berserk-induced panic set in. Oh, and there we go. Invo hitting its skill cap finally, right in time as we slowly but surely stumble our way into the finishing section of the run here. I mean, now I can max out fighting. We are the end of an era. And fantastic. Well, we'll kind of finish off the remaining enemies that come see us over this direction. I maybe should run from you. Actually, oh, I definitely will take you upstairs, my killer clown friend, or kill you in the process. That's cool too. Full piety Qazlal is permanent alarm trap. You're not wrong, at least in terms of noise. You have a spectral club, do you? That's pretty nifty, my friend. But cool. Let's just dive right into this. Hello, my lich friend. Son of a lich. Yeah, let's step into this. It's just me attempting to make my way into that side of the lungs, really. There we go, fantastic. Again, we should have attracted just absurd amounts of attention from actually both sides now that I think about it. So hopefully we have a pretty clear journey to the finish. Ooh, and I guess, yeah, axes, you can come back on. It's a shame I never really ended up trying out that Executioner's axe. I think we could have had a good time, that axe and I, but that is fine by me. And one purple draconian, actually kind of scarier than just a horde of orb guardians coming out. And not too shabby. I guess with that, we could continue faffing about a little bit here, but I will get myself killed in amazingly embarrassing fashion if I do so. So with that in mind, let's instead, wait just 2 turns this time, because what I want to do is step into this teleport trap. Step into this teleport trap. Cancel it. Cool. And with that, the orb run begins. We are going to be slightly slower with the ponderousness, and I do have to try to keep that in mind, especially as we get to certain stages of this run. Because I will have a slight issue trying to run away, of course, as is often the case, but hopefully it just isn't a problem. We're just gonna keep on keeping on here, and chances are we just make it up top without anything too terrifying showing its face. Here, I'm actually just gonna take a little bit of a shortcut. Excuse me, pardon me. Should have done that probably in the first place, but that's fine. In fact, in general, I could be doing a better job of seeing where I can shortcut some of these floors. Again, if I had any reasonable sense of fear that, you know, again, I should have, that would be a consideration, but as is, I'm just gonna assume nothing bad could ever happen. Anything that could have happened probably should have happened in the lungs there, where I had no justification for making it out in one piece. And yet here we are. So, you know, that's not how chance works, and you should in no way, shape, or form take this as a life lesson, but it is just how it goes. We won, thanks, Hat. Exactly. Totally 100% due to us wearing that, and not at all absurd levels of luck. GG, but you can't. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Apologies for driving you up the wall, my friend. I hope it wasn't too untenable at the end of the day. But I appreciate you giving us, you know, something to fight for. Maybe that's what we've been missing. We needed some motivation to really kick our butts into gear. And yeah, busy molding, completely fair. And again, my apologies for that. But such is life. Sometimes you just gotta wear the hat you were born with here. And it does look good, I have to admit. So yeah, pretty solid run. Stupidly lucky, as I've touched on multiple times here at the end. But some cool little offsets off of it, or I guess outcomes, repercussions from it. Specifically, it'd been a long time since I did a Qazlal run, and I love Qazlal. Maybe it is partially because they gave me that first victory, that there's something that I find enchanting about the deity. You know, not as much of a sure win as, like, I find Gozeg. There's a reason why Gozeg is my favorite from a strategic point of view, but boy are they fun. Just because if they do snowball, then they really get rolling down that hill. And the other thing that I was super excited about this run, Consecrated Labrys, cool weapon. Very neat. I really want to see what this looks like in certain scenarios. Like if I'm completely surrounded with red tier enemies, does that count still go up? Again, it seemed to be on some kind of like exponential or hyperbolic curve, so I'm assuming there's a soft cap to it, even if there's no hard cap. Maybe I'll jump into like a whiz mode or something at some point down the road, or some kind of test, but until then, just 2 big thumbs up from me. Oh, let's get that one in frame. Perfect. Very cool weapon. I like the flavor of it a lot as well, so hopefully we see that again at some point down the road. But cool. We drank our haste. What else? Attraction. Yes, please. Yes, game. Invisibility. Again, this is just one of our strange little routines that has no real bearing. Normally, I'd drink ambrosia and stumble my way out of here. But today, we're gonna switch it up as an ode to our near-death experience that, again, probably should have been a full-death experience. Let's rage up, baby. And we're out. Fantastic. Really solid run. I mean, I guess we already did a lot of the summary thing here, so I won't bore you by going through that again. Still end with 5 blink scrolls, even though we were chewing through these things like candy. Pretty incredible stuff. This was a wild ride for me. That makes up for the fact, in my mind, at least for me personally behind the keyboard, you know, not saying anyone has to feel the same way watching, but that very much made up for the monotony of the usual Minotaur fighter run by just making me feel like $1 million, I guess. I don't know. Something about getting stupidly lucky and getting away with things that you in no way, shape, or form should be able to. It's pretty awesome. And sorry, Connell's missed your message. Lucky Dude 1-0 power gamers. Hell yeah. Your game well played. Enjoyed those blinks into TP traps. Yeah, that's definitely TP traps in the lungs of Zot are stupidly strong. I generally like to get a bit of a scope. When I'm looking through the lungs, that's one of the things that I like to pay attention to, is how many permanent teleport traps are there, because you can get away with a lot with those being available to you. I probably should have, before jumping into that first one, done a peek on the other side to just confirm, you know, is there any spot that I don't have vision to a teleport trap? Because that's the real question. As long as you have vision to it, you can keep doing these jumps around, and you might get unlucky and end up, you know, teleporting 2 steps away and dying anyway. But it's always worth a shot at least. I killed the whole welcome home entourage in his berserk raid. Yeah, unfortunately, my whole family came out to greet me. They were so happy, and we dare not say what unfortunate events transpired there. Never rage and drive, folks. That kind of came together. Give me like 10-20 more minutes, I'd come up with a better joke than that, but we're not going to worry too much about it. And instead, we'll just take that, pretty high on the list here as well, just because of, I'm assuming how quick it was. Yeah, under 3 hours is fast for me for sure. Not fastest, that has probably got to go to Big McHuge here, was probably the fastest run I've ever done. But I'm curious about that. Anywho, super solid one. I think that's solid advice many people should take, to not rage and drive. Actually, you know, now that I say it again, you're right. That is something that I think more people should take to heart, and unfortunately don't, because the roads are a nightmare. No, I am super judgmental over other people's driving, and Calgary is not a great city for drivers. But most major metropolis areas aren't, I guess. Or metropolitan areas is what I was going for. Metropolis, my favorite city. But cool. I guess with that, we'll probably call it quits for the evening here. Nice solid run into things. I should have mentioned off the rip here, but we'll mention in the end for sure that I apologize to all of you kiddos watching this down the road on YouTube. I have not been very good about getting things sent over that way. Again, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. That's at least the excuse that allows me to sleep at night. But I'm hopefully going to get that a little more on track here. We'll see how the next long while shakes out. And yeah, hopefully things settle down. Hopefully can relax a bit this next week. And yeah, we'll see what we do next Sunday. I don't know if anyone, as always, has any suggestions, things that they'd like to see. Always let me know. Otherwise, do I just return to Genie? Eventually, one of our Genie, break periods has to work, right? I swear I used to be good at playing Genie, and then for whatever reason, it's all gone downhill from there. Maybe for a lot of the crazy, or rather stupid things that I've talked about today when it comes to my own thoughts and perspectives when playing the game. So, it is what it is. But regardless, that will wait for next week. To finish off today, let's do a quick check to see who else is live at the moment, who we can send a raid off to. I definitely should have had my laptop muted the entire time. Fortunately, didn't have just constant Windows noises pinging from over here. Of course, updating my laptop a couple times in the last couple of weeks seemed to have mitigated those factors. Don't need to give anyone a double take on their end, but cool. I mean, now my internet is struggling over on this end, so maybe I'll give that a quick second. Maybe Twitch? Are we gonna be okay? I don't know. I kind of paced this out so that I wouldn't, have too much to talk about now, so that I could just get the raid going, but unfortunately that's not exactly how it worked out. And oh my gosh, it has been a long time since we found ourselves in this boat. I don't see anyone on my list here that is live at the moment, so first backup idea, stone soup. Anybody? Just me. Okie dokes. Well, I mean, if anyone has anyone they'd like to shout out that, wouldn't be annoyed to have a smaller raid come their way, definitely let me know. Otherwise, I'll just release you all out into the world, and you can proliferate as you will, as you must. Because yeah, that's gonna be it for me, folks. That's all. And yeah, huge amount of appreciation for, you know, all of you, as always, for joining me on this journey here. I hope the Minotaur fighter wasn't too much of a snooze fest for everyone out there, but I totally respect and understand it if that is the case. So no, thank you regardless for watching. Thank you for making it all the way to the end, especially again, Brandy, thank you, even though I was maybe driving you a little crazy. I hope you enjoyed it. And Wizard, thank you again for the raid. I mean, I'm sure most of you have checked out Wizard on your own time. Fantastic Dungeon Crawl streamer. So definitely, if you haven't, head out that way, send a follow, because they're much better at playing than me. So if you want to see someone that doesn't drive you up the wall and maybe actually knows what they're doing, there you have it. Just head right over to Wizard. But yes, thanks again to everyone. And with that, I guess we'll see you next week. So regardless of my incessant rambling, I do hope that you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you out there. And I definitely hope to see you again soon. Just remember, folks, whenever, even for a moment, even with a hat of ponderousness, didn't have it. I'll see you.